Stay tuned for the Caregivers Connect show with your host, Denice Rhodes, CEO and founder of Caregivers Safe Space. Caregivers Connect is a weekly radio show that provides encouragement, resources, and real conversations for caregivers. This show focuses on self-care, wellness, caregiving challenges, and community support. And now, here's the Caregivers Connect show.
Good morning and welcome to Caregivers Connect, right here on Rejoice 102.3 FM. I'm your host, Denice Rhodes, founder of Caregivers Safe Space, where our mission is caring for those who care for others. Whether you are caring for a child with special needs, an aging parent, a spouse, a loved one, this is the place for real conversation, resources, encouragement, and hope, because caregivers need care too. Today, we will be talking about what happens when a caregiver's journey, you never expected part of your purpose. My special guest is LaToya Scott, an autism advocate, certified autistic neurodiversity life coach, homeschool mom, nonprofit CEO, author, and mother of faith. After her son Julian was diagnosed with autism, LaToya found herself navigating therapy, appointments, IEP meetings, challenging financial stress, and sleepless nights. So many caregivers know what she went through. But along the way, something changed LaToya and she realized it wasn't just raising a child with autism, it was raising a leader. Today, she is a founder and CEO with the mission, No Need Left Behind. She also is the author of The Beautiful Within Autism, a caregiver 30-day journal of faith and hope. We are going to talk about autism, caregiving, homeschooling, advocacy, faith, burnout, inclusion, and finding purpose in the unexpected journey. LaToya, welcome to Caregivers Safe Space.
Hello, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so happy for you to be here today. Well, what I want to start off with is, can you tell us, first of all, the name of your organization and how people can get in contact with you? And then we'll go into when Julian was diagnosed.
Absolutely. So the name of my organization is JUSCO's Special Abilities Recreation Center, also known as JSARC. And how you can contact us is our website is www.juscocenter.org, or you can also email us at contact@juscocenter.org, or you can also call or text 708-320-8818.
Okay, great. Now let's go back to when you got the diagnosis of Julian.
Yes, so Julian was diagnosed in August of, I want to say 2020. He was 4 years old when he got diagnosed. I thought, he had just ADHD because he was just really hyper. He couldn't speak. He was nonverbal as well, but I just thought it all came with ADHD. So the day he got diagnosed, we did like a 2 to 3 hour session with his autism doctor. And when she spoke and told me he had a diagnosis of autism, I froze. I did not know what to do.
Mm-hmm. So many of us, when we get that diagnosis, it is like life-changing, right?
Yes, it's life-changing. You don't know what to do and go from there. And I had to process it when I first got that diagnosis. So in processing that, it took me 3 days where I did grieve, because I believe grief is one of the biggest things that we do need to go through when we do receive a diagnosis, So I did grieve for 3 days. Mm-hmm. After those 3 days, my mother told me, all right, that's enough, get up. What you gonna do about it? Exactly.
Well, I know I went through the same experience of grieving because you had a different plan. And that's what this journey is all about, because we have these children and then we had our picture perfect life already planned out for our families, and then we get hit with the diagnosis.
Yes, absolutely. That grief and grieving the things that you think that, that person with different abilities may not be able to do. It's a big hit to the gut, and you're just thinking like, I'm going to miss out on life, or that child is going to miss out on life. But that's not true.
What was the most thing that you was afraid or uncertain about?
His well-being of living. So the way he would live life, would he get fair treatment? And were there anything out here for him to be able to strive and survive?
And so what was the turn? So how old is Julian right now?
Julian is 10 years old right now, in 5th grade. You
want to take us through the journey from the diagnosis to now?
Yes. So when we first was diagnosed, we were in a Christian daycare center. Shout out to Many Melodies. Miss Dorothy, she took Julian and cultivated him up until COVID, and I took over and I started homeschooling. And the reason why I homeschooled him, because I just felt he had so many different needs that the school system will not be able to meet those needs as a one-on-one basis.
Okay, let's stop there. So what because, a lot of parents we got listening that have children that just been diagnosed. And so we need to walk them through what was the differences, what was the things that he needed that the schools could not offer. I don't know if you're located in the city of Chicago with CPS schools. So we want to get this information to the public school systems to maybe look at redesigning the way that they handle special needs communities. So can you just give me a few things that the schools didn't offer that's why you decided to homeschool?
Yes. So I'll start by first saying the number one thing, we were in a lot of therapies. Those were ABA therapy, speech therapy, OT, all of that stuff, private companies that we did through our private insurance. We did not go through the school system to do that. Okay. And I chose to do that because for me, it was important to make sure Julian could be able to cope first. So throwing him in the classroom first was not on my agenda. Okay. So by doing that, we did full-time ABA therapy, speech therapy, 40 hours a week, pretty much. And along with that, I was able to school him. So if he would have been in school doing all of that, that was just a lot and too much. Right. So the school systems, the different things that Julian does need is, for example, the way he holds his pencil, trying to write. There was a different, the way he wrote was differently. He did not like skinny pencils. He liked big pencils. The way he sat at the table, he needed a board to be lifted up off the table so that he can be able to see. He also had dyslexic issues as well. So, forming programs around his reading and making sure that he's able to read was important to me. Okay. So just the hands-on different curriculums that I'm able to provide for him that work well for him in his own timing, his own speed, is what was important. Not saying that the school systems can't do that, but it's just a little difficult when you have so many children in one classroom to, cater to one child in their needs. Right, because I know when David was in public schools in the city of Chicago, there was I think in his class at the time was 10, and they had two or three to each aide, because he needed assistance as well. But what's interesting to me is that, okay, you started schooling him. And so I know that does homeschooling still have to go through the IEP system for the listeners who may be considering, and do you offer homeschooling as well? Because this is something new for me that I didn't even know that was possible. Again, David's 38 years old. And so for the things that have taken place over the years, how everything has changed, I'm just really happy that a lot of parents who had children with special needs have decided to start all these different organizations. And so many have inspired me. And that's how I started Caregivers Safe Space and Caregivers Connect, because I wanted to
connect all of us with resources to help one another. So this is some great information that you've given us today. So could you elaborate on the homeschooling, the IEP, and do you also do homeschooling for other children?
Sure. So the homeschooling, because Illinois is a pretty relaxed state when it comes to homeschooling, there is no IEP in homeschool. You'll create the child's program and curriculum that works best for them. So it's tailor-made to them. So you don't have to worry about writing anything up special. You just write what you want to do and follow it.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, so how many hours a day does he have school?
So we will do anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day, and he's done with school completely. And usually I'm doing about anywhere from 7 to 9 subjects a day within that time frame, because it's a one-on-one, so I don't have to wait until, the class is, everybody is ready, there's no talking, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's one-on-one, yep, just 2 to 3 hours a day.
And how does he like this homeschooling?
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. It took a while to get used to in the beginning, especially for a special needs child, because there's structure. So you have to have structure. It's very important to implement that in the beginning for special needs children. And once they get that structure down, they know what to do. They know what's expected of them, and it makes it so much easier.
So during this process, what has Julian taught you about life so far? Because you said he's 10. He's 10, right?
He's 10, yes.
So
yes.
What has he taught you over the last 10 years?
Wow. So my world changed. Mm-hmm. So I've learned that kindness goes a long way. And everybody reserves kindness, respect, love, to be treated, equally. And I've learned that patience plays a very key to this. Without patience, you would not be able to do this. And as you know, with your son, David, you have to have patience. You cannot go around patience. And that patience has taught me to have patience with everyone, not just the special needs community. When I used to go to the store, how I used to, be in a rush to just go through the cashier, cashing out stuff.
Getting
now
in and
it's
out.
Not so.
Yeah, you're trying to get in and out. Yep.
Yes, and now it's more so I'm paying attention to everything around me. I'm paying attention to the cashier and seeing how her day is. I'm paying attention to someone else who may be walking in with a special needs child and may need help at the drop of a dime. Like the child is falling out on the floor, offering my services to help her or him in the moment. Just taking the time to teach Julian how to go through the cash register, how to use a debit card, how to use cash, explaining what we're buying, explaining a grocery list. So it has changed my world so much, and just doing things in everyday life and being respectful and kind and loving everyone.
So what would you tell a newly diagnosed autistic family? What would you give them on this journey to tell them?
Yes, I would just say the first thing when you are diagnosed is to just take a deep breath and breathe and grieve. Mm-hmm. Allow yourself maybe 3 days, and I'm going to say 3 days because it may be undoable for everyone, but 3 days, think about, process what has just been given to you, and then get up and continue your journey. Figure out what works for you and your special needs individual. Figure out how you can thrive. This is not, something that is going to stump you, but it's going to make you grow in areas that you've never even thought that were possible. It'll make you see the world differently in ways that you never thought that the world even exists. So I would just say stop and breathe and grieve. And then once you do that, let's go look for some resources. And that's where I come in and I can help people with JUSCO Special Needs Recreation Center. We provide those resources and help families to get to their next step.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was my next question. I was going to ask you about the recreational center and what services that you provide that would help. Are these just for the individuals or is it for parents? So give us a little information about the organization.
Yes, so it's for the family, the whole family. So we provide, number one, caregiver support group. It's for neurodivergent families, autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, whatever is going on, we provide that support for you. And as a matter of fact, we have a caregiver support group that meets every third Tuesday of the month. And actually today we'll be meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. So you would just email or text us that you want to attend, and we will send a link. The next thing we do, we also provide resources and scholarships for folks to be able to attend ABA therapy, occupational, speech, physical therapies, those therapies that allow families to thrive in the long term. So our long-term vision is to include the inclusive recreation part for families to come in and get those resources, be able to attend these different therapies with financial help as well. And in our long-term goal, 5 and 10 years, we hope to have a brick and mortar where we will actually house ABA therapies and all those therapies under one roof, caregiver support groups, and a recreation center where there will be basketball, football, soccer, different activities for the families to attend and enjoy. So our theory is we say no need left behind.
And that, oh, wow, you just going right into my next thing I was just going to say, the no need left behind. What does that mission mean to you and your organization?
Yes. So it's personal because me and my family, when we were trying to find an organization at a low cost to be able to do all of these great things, have therapies, be able to have go and have sports and stuff and things like that, it was all expensive, and I could not afford them. So my thing is all families come to this one center, and it's affordable to the family at a low cost, if not a cost at all, to be able to enjoy all of it. So that's why we say no need left behind. No matter what your special need is, you will not be left out to dry. Come here, we will help you.
Great. So now with burnout, what are some of the signs that caregivers may be running on empty? You have any suggestions that you can give people about burnout?
Yes. So if you are experiencing burnout, what that looks like is you're tired, you're fatigued, you're irritated, you're frustrated, you're finding yourself impatient, and you find yourself just want to run away and not really return back. My suggestion is it's time to take a step back and give yourself some care. Now, I do understand that may look different for everyone. That stepping back can be a simple figuring out of 5 minutes within your day, how you can take a minute just to step outside, take a deep breath, do some deep breathing exercises, call another mom caregiver that can talk you through it. You can also attend our caregiver support groups. We also like to do activities outside with each other, meet up with other parents that have children with special needs, whether they're 2 years old, 21, 25, 32, get outside in the community, build your community, your support group. And I like to say my favorite thing is I like to grab a Kit Kat bar and go in my closet and take a deep breath. That's the most simple thing to do.
And I was just about to say, what is the one thing that you do for self-care? So is that it, the candy bar in the closet?
If it's a hard day and I can't get anything done and get away, it's that candy bar and sit in the closet, and I let Julian know this is mommy's time. I need a minute. And we've practiced that so much that he respects that and he understands that. And that's the most important part.
Wow. That's good that he's able to assist you in just, if it's nothing but 2-3 minutes, to get yourself together. So he's aware enough to do that. That's I love that. So
that awareness came with, that awareness came with attending ABA therapy, and where they're able to train him and myself how to do that. And that's why those therapies are so important up front when they're young, start young. And so then when they get 10 years old, we're able to practice all these good things that we were learned or taught and learned.
Wow. Because again, I mean, we had therapy, but we didn't have these accesses that you all have nowadays. And so when I had David, I just had to set up boundaries. I just treated him like he was nothing was wrong with him. I treated him like he was like his sister. And so when I needed a break and I needed them to leave me alone, I let them know this is what's going on. And so, everything is they can be trainable, but it's just meeting them where they are.
Yes, yes, that is so important. Meeting them where they are and not trying to push them to be something that they're not. And also listening to what they're not saying, listening to what's not being said, vocally, and listening to their body language, listening to their behavior is most important. And that helps you understand and communicate with them. No words is not needed to be able to communicate with our community.
That's right.
Love
Because
is.
if you with this child, you should be able to sit with them, understand what they're going through after a period of time. Because like with David wasn't vocal until maybe 5 years old. I tell the story all the time that he didn't start speaking until Barney came out. And at that time, people were trying to take it off the air. And that was like, my child did not say a word. And one day he started singing the Barney song, I Love You. And that was the best day of my life. And I will always remember that time. But I'm going to move on into how has your relationship with God carried you through difficult caregiving season?
Oh, that's a beautiful question and loaded. I could not do this without him. He is my rock. Whenever I felt alone, whenever I felt as if my world was crashing and, I couldn't do this, he stepped in and he was my rock through prayer, fasting, seeking him, communicating with God, seeking out the things that he would tell me to do, listening and being obedient is what got us here, hands down. There's no secret. It is that relationship having with God and leaning on him.
Yes, and I just feel like God gave us these children because he knew we could handle it. He gave the strong to the best gift, these little angels. Well, I call them little angels, but sometimes they not angels, but they are definitely some angels for me.
Yes. And I think, again, it's all about perspective as well. If you go into this thinking that, oh my goodness, this is too much, they're too much, you're going to get that. But if you go in and you actually step back and see how God sees them and how God, has placed them in your life, not just for them, but also for you. What is he trying to teach you in this? Are you being able to love the way you're supposed to? Are you being kind to everyone the way you're supposed to? And are you being teachable? All of this plays in the role of what God is trying to do for you as well. So it's love, it's that joy, it's that peace, because honestly, they are one of the precious gifts that the Lord has. The Lord loves the special needs community, and I just wish that our world would see the same. We want to be heard and seen and felt and just a part of the community. That's it.
Now, why did you write The Beauty Within Autism and the Caregiver 30-Day Journal of Faith and Hope?
So I wrote that because, again, the Lord spoke to me and showed me through his eyes how he saw my son. And when he showed me what he saw in him, it blew my mind. And I also wanted other people to see that these children and adults are not burdens. They are from the Lord. They're not a devil. They're not a demon. They are from the Lord. God gave them breath in their body. And so God showed me, just because we think differerly, we process differently, does not mean there's something wrong. So an example, in the book I talk about how when my son lines up the cars on the floor, we may see there's just a line, but in Julian's eyes, there are different shapes, there are different colors, they may glisten differently in his eyesight. Maybe he's seeing that, one of those cars may reside to him in his mind as the special car, as he used to call it. That's my special car. That's the car that goes faster than this car. So when I saw these different things as Julian was lining these cars up or doing different things that were different from me, and I asked God, what is he seeing? Show me. And it wasn't through the words that Julian would say. It was through his actions and play. And then it was through how I saw him taking care of his toys and how they meant to him. I couldn't touch them because if I touched them and picked them up, it would be a problem. So it was just, God was just showing me there's nothing wrong with this. He thinks differently. His brain is wired differently, and that's okay. And I wanted people to see that when you go through this book, it gives you the thing that I'm talking about that is different. Then it gives you the scripture behind it, and then it makes you think upon, what do you think about this? How can this change your life? What do you see this way?
Right.
And
these 27 minutes go really fast. So I'm sorry I have to cut you off, but I want to get the one last question in. The one thing that you want to leave with us today, because this is really a fast show. I think I'm going to have to go up to an hour because we really get into what we're talking about. So I want you to leave one thing today that you would like our audience to know.
Yes. So I want to say to the caregiver that's out there, don't give up, don't lose hope, continue to work and strive and to be there for your person. They are loved, they are kind, they are gentle, and just continue to love them as Jesus would.
Well, thank you, LaToya, for so much for joining us today on the Caregivers Connect and for sharing not only your works, but your heart and your journey as a mother and a caregiver. Your story reminds us that advocacy can begin at home and grow into something that changes the entire community. And to everyone listening, remember, caregivers need care too. If you are caregiving for someone you love, you're looking for support, education, resources, and a community that understands your journey, I invite you to connect with Caregivers Safe Space, where we are caring for those who care for others. Remember to visit caregiversafespace.org. And I'm your host, Denice Rhodes, and you've been listening to the Rejoice 102.3 FM. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all next week.
Listen every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. to the Caregivers Connect Show, hosted by Denice Rhodes, CEO and founder of Caregivers Safe Space. Caregivers Connect is a weekly radio show that provides encouragement, resources, and real conversations for caregivers focusing on self-care, wellness, caregiving challenges, and community support. That's the Caregivers Connect Show every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. on Rejoice 102.3 and listen online at rejoice102.com. You've been listening to the Caregivers Connect Show with your host, Denice Rhodes, CEO and founder of Caregivers Safe Space. To learn about upcoming support groups, events, and resources for caregivers, or if you want to contact us to share your caregiving stories, visit caregiversafespace.org or call 708-996-7302. That's 708-996-7302. Remember, you are not alone. While caring for others, remember to care for yourself. Caregivers Connect, caring for those who care for others.